So today, we're going to dive into one of the most fundamental and honestly, kind of magical processes on our entire planet, photosynthesis. It's the silent, invisible engine that powers pretty much all life as we know it. I mean, it's literally the reason you're able to breathe right now.
Okay, let's just jump right in with a question that sounds simple, but is actually pretty profound. How does a massive tree weighing tons and tons grow from a little tiny seed? It's not like it's eating the dirt to get that big. The answer is, it literally builds itself out of thin air. So let's break down how it pulls off this incredible magic trick.
So to really get this, we've got to zoom out a bit. When you look at all of life on Earth, it really boils down to two ways of getting dinner. You either make it yourself, or you take it from something else.
And this right here, this is that big split. So on one side, you've got us, right? Humans, cows, storks. We're called heterotrophs. It's a fancy word that just means we have to eat other living things to get our energy. But then you have the other team, the autotrophs. These are the self-feeders, the green plants. You could call them the master chefs of the planet.
And what's the name of this super secret cooking process? You guessed it, photosynthesis. This is how plants take three incredibly simple things, sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide, and whip them up into their own food. This, right here, is the solution to our giant tree mystery. Okay, so if we're calling photosynthesis a recipe, then what are the ingredients? It turns out you need 4 key things to make the magic happen.
And here they are. You've got sunlight, which is the pure energy source, carbon dioxide, which plants just pull right out of the air, water, which they soak up from the ground, and then the secret ingredient, this special pigment called chlorophyll. You take away even one of these, and the whole operation just stops.
All right, we have our ingredients, but where's the kitchen? Where does all this cooking actually happen? Let's zoom in, like way down to the cellular level to see the factory floor. So if you could look inside any green plant cell, you'd find these tiny little engines called chloroplasts. Think of them like microscopic solar-powered factories. And the special machinery inside these factories? That's chlorophyll. That's the green stuff. It has this unbelievable ability to actually grab the energy from sunlight and hold on to it.
Okay, so it's easy for me to just say you need these 4 things. But how do we actually know that? Well, let's play detective and look at a few simple but brilliant experiments that prove each ingredient is absolutely non-negotiable.
First up on our list of suspects, sunlight. I mean, it seems kind of obvious, right? Plants need sun. But in science, you can't just assume, you gotta prove it. So how can we be 100% sure that light is essential?
This experiment is just so clever in its simplicity. First, you stick a plant in a dark closet for a couple of days. This makes it use up all its stored food, all the starch. Then, you take one of its leaves and cover just a tiny part of it with something that blocks light, like a little piece of black tape. After that, you put the plant back in the sun for a few hours. Finally, you test the whole leaf to see where it made starch, which is, the food.
And the result? It couldn't be clearer. Any part of the leaf that saw the sun turns this dark, purplish-blue color when you test it. That means starch is there. And the part that was covered? Absolutely no change. The conclusion is undeniable. No light, no food. Period. Okay, one down. We've proven sunlight is a must. But what about the air? What about carbon dioxide, CO2? Is that really part of the recipe?
So, for the next experiment, we do something just as smart. Again, we start with a de-starched plant. This time, we take 2 leaves. We put a little baggie over one leaf that has some water in it so it's breathing normal air, but for the other leaf, we put it in a baggie with a chemical, potassium hydroxide, that is literally a CO2 magnet. It sucks all the carbon dioxide out of the air in that bag.
And what happens? Well, once again, the results are just bam, so clear. The leaf that had CO2 turned dark blue, meaning it made food. The one that was starved of CO2? Nothing. It stayed the same color. So, yep, case closed. Carbon dioxide is absolutely essential.
All right, we've got sunlight checked off and carbon dioxide checked off. But what about that green stuff, the chlorophyll? Is it really doing the work, or is it just there to make the plant look pretty?
This is my favorite one, because nature actually gives us the perfect setup for the experiment. All you need is a leaf that has patches of green and patches of white on it. A variegated leaf. The green bits have chlorophyll, the white bits don't. All you do is let that leaf sit in the sun for a while, and then you test the whole thing for starch.
And the result is just beautiful. You get this perfect map. Only the parts of the leaf that were originally green turn dark. The white parts, the ones without chlorophyll, show no reaction at all. This is the smoking gun. Chlorophyll isn't just decoration. It's the actual machinery that makes photosynthesis happen.
So there you have it. We've proven all our ingredients. We know what goes into this process, but what exactly are the delicious results? What does the plant actually make? Okay, so our detective work is done. We've confirmed all the ingredients. Now we can finally write out the secret recipe, the actual chemical equation for this whole process.
And there it is. It looks a little complicated, but it's actually super elegant. It just says you take 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, add 6 molecules of water, and with a little energy from sunlight, the plant rearranges all those atoms to create 1 molecule of glucose, that's a sugar, the plant's food, and 6 molecules of good old oxygen.
So let's just break that down. The plant makes 2 main things. First, the main product is glucose. It's a simple sugar that the plant uses for immediate energy or stores away for a rainy day as starch. But then there's the byproduct. For the plant, it's just waste that it releases. For us, and for most life on Earth, that byproduct, oxygen, is, well, it's everything.
Okay, so we've gotten deep into the how of it all. But now, let's pull the camera all the way back and ask the big question. Why does this matter? Why is this tiny chemical reaction so important for the whole planet?
Honestly, it's hard to overstate the impact. I mean, think about it. This one process is the base of pretty much every single food chain on Earth. That sandwich you had for lunch, the energy in it started as sunlight captured by a plant. Photosynthesis pumps out the oxygen that we all need to breathe, and at the same time, it cleans the air by pulling out carbon dioxide. It's the engine that converts the raw power of a star, the sun, into the chemical energy that fuels almost all life.
So this quiet, constant process happening right now in every green leaf, on every blade of grass, that's what makes our planet a living, breathing world. And it really leaves you with one big final thought. What would our world even be like without it? Could a world like ours even exist without this one amazing chemical reaction?